So first of all, we have verbal communication. So can anyone tell me what is verbal communication and why is it important?
What, ma'am?
What is verbal communication and why is it important? Okay, that we convey via words. And Venkatesh, you also mentioned something.
Using languages, verbs.
Using languages and words. Exactly.
Yes, ma'am. Written and oral communication.
Okay. So
using of proper English, ma'am, without grammatical mistakes.
Okay, using
in a professional English? Way. In a professional way.
Okay. So all of that communicates to verbal communication. So now that we are all clear about what verbal communication is, let's understand how we can make it more effective. These are the various factors that we should be keeping in mind if we want to communicate effectively verbally. Okay, we should ensure to use precise words to avoid misunderstandings. That's the first thing to keep in mind. So use specific words instead of generalized words. One example is that we tend to use the word good a lot. I had a good interview today. The opportunity was good. Now, good is subjective. Don't you think good is subjective? Yes, good for me could mean something else and good for you could mean something else. For example, good marks for me could be maybe 75%, but good marks for you could be 95%. So that is a very subjective term. So we should not use words which are not precise. We should always focus on using the correct word. So replace good in your vocabularies, for example, with words like maybe efficient or effective, okay, or durable, in whichever way you are trying to use that particular word. Another thing we should keep in mind is we should always make use of synonyms and idioms and phrases rather than slang language. So don't say, let me have a look at it. Say, let me see, and then I will let you know what can be done for this problem. Because not every person is a native speaker for that language. So make it easier for them to understand that. And always keep in mind that whenever you try to talk to anyone, whenever you are in charge of delivering something, always practice to build fluency. And also to simplify your content. The more simple your content is, the more easier it will be for everyone to understand. And the more easily they understand, the more they will be able to relate to it and also remember it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I hope you are clear.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, what should be the parameters of this simplicity that everyone can just understand our words and our information?
So if we talk about the parameters we have to keep in mind, we basically have to ensure we are striking a balance. For example, the same sentence can be spoken using synonyms and antonyms. So I can say that today we will be understanding the various principles of communication. Another way I can frame this sentence is that today we are going to delve into the depths of the parameters of communication and have a good discussion on them. It is the same sentence that I'm using, the meaning is the same, but the words I use are different. So maybe my audience, right? So whatever vocabulary essentially you're choosing to use, it should be easy for the audience to understand, or use words that will be understood automatically from the inference they are creating. So that way you can maintain a balance.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Vishesh.
Ma'am, how to improve vocabulary, ma'am?
So improving vocabulary, you can try reading. That's the first thing that you will have to do. And whatever words you are reading, so it could be that you're learning a couple of words every day, could be via reading the newspaper, could be via reading your books, could be your academic books as well, any blogs or publications that you subscribe to, they can be used as a medium of improving your language. You can try reading them out loud, because when we read something out loud, we tend to remember it for longer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and another thing that we can do is we can try using those words or infusing those words in the daily conversations we have with various people. So maybe when you're talking with friends, you can share that information with them, or you can use the particular word even if it's a mixed language. So agar aap Hindi, English, if you put it together also, even then you can use that particular word in a sentence where it fits, and that's how you can remember it, and then it will become a habit for you also. I hope that clears it out, Vishesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So let's move on to the next thing. These are a few examples. Like I said, these are on the left hand side, you can see a few words, and on the right hand side, you'll see the shortened versions which create more impact and which also help make our content precise for the audience and the people that we are catering to. Okay, for example, the word with reference to can simply be written as about, or when we use connectors like in addition to, we can also say, you can use the word also or besides or although. So this is just an example because it was mentioned that concise language should be used. Should we move on to the next part?